Welcome to the Become a Modern Day Alchemist YouTube course, where we continue to build upon the foundation of being a modern day alchemist. I'm 𝗪𝗲, your guide on this transformative journey as a modern day alchemist. Now, as a modern day alchemist, you possess the remarkable ability to transform one form of energy into another one. In the process, manifesting ideas or thoughts into physical things like gold or money. And today, we'll explore the concept of an alchemist from different perspectives. So let me give you 3 different ways in order to use alchemy. The first one is an alchemist is a master of transmutation. In other words, turning energy into matter, and of course vice versa, creating abundance from scarcity. To any wealth creator or modern day alchemist, there is no concept like scarcity, because we've got the skill to transmute this scarcity idea, concept, into physical abundance. The second part of being an alchemist is that an alchemist is a visionary, able to envision and manifest their desires into reality through the understanding of the 7 basic Hermetic universal laws. Now, these laws form the basis of the alchemist's teachings. The third part is that an alchemist is a conductor of energy, channeling the forces of the universe to bring about positive change and prosperity, not only for oneself, but also for the greater good. Now, we should be careful because in terms of polarity, there's a positive as well as a negative. So it is possible, and in the world that we're in, there are people that are master alchemists that use all of these positive things, but in a negative way. So just be careful. But our job here is to become the bearers of light. In other words, to work on the greater good and the good for ourselves and our families and socially. So today we delve into the principle of giving and receiving. There's a common limiting belief that all rich people are greedy. But the truth lies somewhere in the middle. You see, you get poor people that are seriously greedy, and you get the rich people that are greedy. So it's going to depend on your personality. Wealth as such, like money, has got no energy, positive or negative, in it. It's just a form of exchange. So it takes on the form of the person that is handling or managing the money. So rich people, I found, statistically speaking, give far more to charities and contribute to societies through taxes and help those in need. Understanding the principle of giving and receiving is crucial for your own path to wealth. Now, in previous lessons, we explore the energetic nature of money and how the concept of energy circulates. It's basically like a battery with a positive and a negative aspect. And energy always flows in a circuit. Now, exactly the same principle applies to money. To receive, you must first give. But why is this the case? The key lies in understanding that money is a form of energy. Now, in the Formula for Riches, we explain the concept of a surplus. A surplus means you must have the TEMS. And TEMS stands basically for time, which is a surplus, effort, which is surplus or energy, and then, of course, your mindset can be negative or positive. So if you've got positive and you've got a surplus of that, that is going to help. And then the S simply stands for your currency, but it can also include this because the greatest and the biggest currency that you've got will be your skills and your competency. But we can convert that into this battery that we call money. Right. Now, in the beginning, what you're going to do is you will have the time and the effort to put in, and then you convert that into money. This is where the creative process starts, where you take an idea and convert that into physical stuff like a car or a gold or a business or money. But once you've got the money, that becomes the battery. So that in itself then has got a power where you use the TEMS, the rest of the formula, again, in order to start with that flow. And that is what's going to give that money then a positive charge on condition that you do it right. So by giving it a positive charge, it simply means that you give in a constructive and a beneficial way. In doing so, you create a flow of positive energy. This positive energy is what returns to you in the form of abundance. Now, in a business or privately, the value is actually that makes up the energy. That is the time and the effort that goes into it, right? So effort is the energy, and effort as well as time can be expanded. So when you start making money, then money becomes that battery of energy, and immediately the same principle applies. It's like a river where money flows and the banks represent the banks of that river. Now, when you don't allow the money or the energy to flow by holding onto it tightly, you block this circulation. In other words, you start damming it up. Businesses and individuals who spend more money tend to receive more money. Why? Simply because they understand this principle. Now remember, the money is just the vehicle that we use. So let me give you a practical example. I see a lot of people, when they have to pay taxes, let's say income tax, there's a grudge. It's a grudge payment. In other words, they don't want to do it. But remember, that money has got no energy in itself except the energy that you place on it. So that vibration, where is it going to come from? That vibration is going to come from your attitude. In other words, it's that grudge that goes with it. Right. So the moment that you spend money, I see also business owners, what they do is they spend money, but they must spend it in order, for example, to have a roof over their head, as an example, rent. But they don't give with the right attitude. It's a grudge to give. Now, the moment that you do that, that spending, guess what's going to happen with that energy? It's going to have a low vibration. This simply means it's going to return as a low vibration where other people start having the same grudges, and then you start to keep that money. You try to dam it up, to contain that, and that is where a lot of problems arises. So the way that you give or spend your money, that's going to determine the energetic value of the money. You can, whenever you have to pay tax, give it in a positive or a negative emotion that you attach to it. The moment that there's a blessing, my friend, see what's going to happen in your life. The moment that there's a grudge, my friend, see what's going to happen in your life. Because that polarity, that positive and negative, is going to start to flow. Now, I must admit that I struggled with this concept when I started earning money. But the moment that I understood this, I started looking at money and taxes from a different point of view. Tax is also a form of social charity. Now, I've got no control over how they're going to apply it, but by blessing that money, I know that whenever I travel on a road and it's a nice road, I give thanks. The moment that I hear someone going to hospital and they receive a treatment, I give thanks. The moment that children go to school and I know that there's a little bit of help, perhaps from my contribution, I give thanks. So that social charity, bless that with your whole heart, and you're going to see that there's going to be a change in the way that money starts to flow. Now, I was also raised to be very cautious with money and not to let it flow freely. I grew up in a house where my mom always said there's no money, or money doesn't grow on trees, or it's difficult to make money. But when I started my business, I realized the importance of reinvesting and allowing money to flow. Now, people say to me, but how is it possible? Because you spend, say, for example, on Facebook. But you see, I do not actually spend, I give. Because I know that by blessing that money, that concept, that energy is going to vibrate in the right vibration for the right people to have a look at this that I can offer. So the more I spend, the more I make. Isn't this an amazing thing? And people don't get it because they try to clinch onto that money and they don't try to give it away and make it more. That money, that energy cannot do its job unless you start giving it and it's in blessed. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you've got the skills, you possess the skill to make sure that that money that you're going to spend, say, for example, on ads, is going to work in the best possible way. You can't just splash it and think and hope that it's going to work because you're giving it with the right mind. There has to be the skill that goes with it in order to make sure and to mitigate the risk. Now, a weird thing happens because if I can start a business with no money and there's, let's say, 1,000 units of energy within that, and I take 500 units of energy, it can be rands or dollars or pounds or euro or whatever, and I spend that on ads in the right way with the right blessing, and it returns, say, 3,000 units of energy. It means that I can recoup the 500 units of energy, plus I make 2,500 units of energy more. When you start with that process, it means that out of your pocket or out of the pocket of the business, when you started this process in the right way, as an alchemist, you're going to find that it costs you no money to make more and more money by following this simple technique that I just showed you. So the moment that I understood this, my belief system shifted and my perspective shifted, and it helped me to achieve greater wealth and fulfillment. And by the way, perception is one of the 6 higher faculties of the mind. It's part of the mind power. So the moment that we shift and that we got an open mind, we can shift. Otherwise, we're not going to shift. We're not going to have a growth mindset. Now, for your task, I encourage you to explore the belief that the more you give, the more you receive. Remember, there are 2 conditions. If you give, and it's to help other people, make sure that you've got the skills attached to it as well. If you give, and conditionally, make sure that in both cases, that the right energy goes with that giving. So spend some time each day visualizing and affirming this belief. And then I want you to imagine yourself freely giving and receiving, creating a positive flow of energy and of abundance. Observe this shifts in your mindset and your actions, and I want you to cultivate this belief. Remember, as a modern day alchemist, you have the power to create absolute total abundance by embracing the principles of giving and receiving. By allowing money and energy to flow in a positive and a constructive way, you open the doors for greater prosperity and fulfillment. Generosity is not only about benefiting others, but also about creating a very powerful energetic current that brings blessings into your life. Now, if you found this lesson valuable, I invite you to leave a like on this video and share it with others who you think may benefit from the knowledge of a modern day alchemist. Now, you can bless me by simply sharing that with anyone. Simply share it, right? And then your support is going to help to spread this transformative teachings to a wider audience. And I think that you'll agree that if more and more people start applying the alchemist principles, then we're going to be in a better place. And then don't forget to leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. So thank you for watching this video and investing in your journey as a modern day alchemist. And I encourage you to watch the full course and continue with the next lesson to deepen your understanding. Go back to lesson 1. But here's the trick. Don't try to rush through the course. As soon as you do that lesson, make sure that you start to implement that you've learned for that day. Not only for that day, but make it part and internalize that so that it becomes part of your personality and your traits. Remember, the alchemical path leads to personal transformation and limitless possibilities, and it's all yours. So additionally, I'd like to invite you to sign up for a free online masterclass called the Golden Key Masterclass. In this class, you'll learn more about the manifestation process and gain further insights into the Hermetic principles and how we apply that in real life, in real time. And that is going to help you to unlock your potential. You're going to find a sign-up link in the description below the video. So make sure, if you haven't done so already, to attend, or maybe attend for the second time, because you will learn something from that. So thanks for your time, and I'm going to see you in the next lesson.